What's up everybody, Tweech here. In this video, I'll be playing some Final Fantasy XI online. The purpose of this video is to showcase my journey in creating the Ochain Shield for my Paladin. This is regarded as one of the best shields in the game for, certain content, and a vital part of any endgame Paladin build. My journey will take me in different parts of the Abyssy zones and will certainly take me a long time to complete. This video is the first step into Abyssy to collect 50 of the iron plates needed for the first Empyrean trial. But before I get into the more of the specifics of creating the shield, I'm going to assume a few things from you guys, from the viewers. I'll assume that you have some working knowledge of endgame Final Fantasy XI. You have some understanding of what Abyssy is and what's needed to gain access. And lastly, you comprehend some of the Final Fantasy XI terminology that I'll be using throughout the video. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so for our very first step, before we could actually go ahead into Abyssy, we are going to talk to these gentlemen here. One note, if you haven't done anything with Abyssy, or if you're newer to the game, even newer to endgame, there isn't a lot you're able to do by yourself in Abyssy for the sake of getting a lot of the currency or the different Atmo, which is basically like just in-zone boosts to your character. But throughout the year, there is a Abyssy event that gets put on from time to time, and you could come over here and talk to this gentleman and open up this box. The coffer will have all these different right now, in fact, they're running the Abyssy campaign. I already got all the items long ago, before the campaign was even a thing. So I have nothing in this chest, but you would get a ton, I think it's like 100,000 worth of the currency, something like 12 to 15, maybe even more now, of the different Atma or boosts, and a couple other things that you could definitely use to just go ahead and gain access to Abyssy and really, kind of solo it for the most part. So once you did that, we're going to talk to Horst over here, and we're going to go get our initial shield. Now, I already have the shield, but I'm just going to show you where that is. And especially if you haven't been in Abyssy before, and it's time for the campaign, you're definitely going to need the currency. So we're going to pretend that you have that. All right, so we're going to teleport over to Altepa. Now, you could get this shield from either going to Altepa, Eulagrand, or Grauberg and talk to the same type of person we're going to talk to here, the Prospector. As long as you have the currency, you could get the shield. So we're going to hop over to Altepa, since most of our time is going to be spent in Altepa. Might as well just get it here. Okay, so one of the things, if you didn't already have access to it, like I said before, I'm just going to assume that we did, but you would enter in this maw, and you only have roughly 5 minutes, I think it's 5 minutes, before you get kicked out, and you have to wait an hour unless you get the specific status to stay in the zone. Alright, now that we're in, we're going to come over here to the courier, and when you enter, you only have, like I said, about 5 minutes to do anything. You don't need to get your status, but you can run in here really quick. Exchange for items. If you have the currency, you can purchase it for only 5,000 courier. So go ahead and purchase that. Like I said, I already have it. I don't need to get it. And then we're going to head on out. I'm just going to warp back to my home point. Okay, that's the first step. Just getting the shield in the first place. Okay, we're going to head back here to the back of the gardens. There is a Moogle now. Once again, I'm going to assume that you have all the requirements to start these trials. That's, you know, level, and I believe there might be mission requirements, but nonetheless, what you're going to do then is you're going to trade this Moogle, your shield, which I don't have on me now, just simply because I have it in storage until I get enough of the items. You're going to trade it to him. Once it comes up, he'll ask you, are you sure you want to start this trial? And the trial number, I believe, is 4397. And what that is the first step of getting, he'll request 50 iron plates from Abbacy. And that's what we're going to go do now. That's the very first portion of our shield enhancement. So once you get that, now we head on back to Abbacy, where we were in Altepa, and we start our farming. Now, this is something that, to be honest with you, I don't like grinding these trials out like day in, day out, because it does get pretty boring, pretty monotonous, and you almost get burned out just from that alone. Being that you need 50 just to get past the first trial. I think the second trial you need 75 items, which makes it's just long. It's a very long, drawn-out process, and it was meant to be. When Abbacy first came out, it was like this big thing, this big endgame content for amazing gear, probably at that time the best gear out there in Final Fantasy world. Final Fantasy XI world, and it took a long time because you needed people. You needed a lot of people. Now you could pretty much do everything solo, which is what I'm doing, and it is one of the best shields in the game for a lot of the content. So we're going to go back to this clown, talk to him, and we're going to warp back over to Altepa. All right, for my trial, I do suggest doing something with either a thief or even like a thief sub-job. It will help with the drop rate. However, to me, I don't really care that much. Drop rate seems okay, and I like being a samurai when I'm doing anything in this game anyway. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get all the enhancements now. If you're watching the lower right hand portion of the screen, my health is right now 2165. I get everything here. It jumps up to 3680. In the top left of my screen, you'll see all those increases to my stats. Just to give you some kind of comparison, you can see the stats on the left hand side of the screen there. Like my strength is 102 base and plus 328. So basically you just break the game with the stats. And you'll see here in just a moment. I want to get my... Where the heck is my ring? Get the other ring on. Already spoke to... Yep, already spoke to her. Now the Atma. I already had specific Atma infused before, so I'm just going to reinforce it. Like I said, I'm not going to go through what this all is. There is quite a bit to talk about with it, and it could be several episodes by itself, so I'm not going to talk about it. Alright, once you get your setup done, come over here to Warp Point, and we're going to warp on over to Conflux 8. I have a pretty good path. It's not really the like a perfect path, but it seems to work out nice for me. I use every time I will use a tank. Obviously, you need a healer. My Unity healer isn't up yet. I don't have enough Unity points, which is my favorite white mage, but I'll use her. And since I am not a thief, I'm going to use this Thief Trust. It does add to the Treasure Hunter ability, so maybe I'll get lucky, get a couple extra items that I need, and then I'll also use my Red Mage and my Bard to help off, make things a little bit faster. Now this is, you know, at item level 119, if you want to check out my gear really quick, I have a Masamune, not ranked 15 yet, but I have +3 gear of relics, so I'm not by any means struggling, especially against all this stuff. Let's see, I should have some of the items. So there are 2 pop items that we need for the NM that will spawn, that will force spawn to get our iron plate. So it's a little bit of work, and it looks like there's a lot of people here today. Fantastic. So I need, right there, Sand Shard. So we're going to get the Sand Shard. But before I do that, I'm going to run over here and fight these bombs. Luckily, the NM, or not the NMs, but the monsters are right next to each other, so it makes it pretty easy to farm. It just does take time. So we got the Sandy Shard, and then the next thing here, we will get... We'll get that one later. Smoldering Arm, I believe it's called. If you want, you could also grab a bunch of the keys to open these chests. I only have a couple keys left. Right now, with the campaign going on, you don't really need it, but the chest could provide different things, different buffs for you, different items. I'm not too worried about it right now because our objective is to get these items. Now you see he's fighting Ironclad. A lot of people doing this tonight. Like I said, it is one of the best shields in the game. I've been working on my Paladin a little bit, so I want to see if I could get into doing some endgame content with it. Nothing's dropping. This is where Treasure Hunter on Thief is really nice. But my Thief is pretty much a joke. Smoldering Arm. So got a bunch of iron plates there. I don't need this. Oh, this bomb ash. Got the smoldering. Alright. So I got the Sandy Shard and the Smoldering Arm. But we're not done yet. Before we have to get one more pop item. See, this is what I was saying. It does take quite a bit of time to get this going. To get this farm done. Because these items are not 100% drop. The only item that is 1 iron plate. There's a possibility of 2 per kill of the notorious monster that we ultimately want to fight. But like, for example, this guy, we're going to pop this notorious monster with that Sandy Shard. And he has something like, I think I read between a 35 and 45% chance to drop the item. drop the item that we need. 2 Fudos and it's gone. Let's see. And we got it. Nice. So the Mercury is what we're after. So we got the Mercury, got the Shard, or got the Smoldering Arm, and now we head on over to our other Notorious Monster spawn zone. One of the things I like to do as well when I'm doing this farming run is to sub my dancer, and really the only reason why is coming up here. Well, it does help for cures if there's any need. I could also add a haste Samba to make my attacks even faster, but it's not really needed. But it's to use the spectral dance where I can invis and sneak myself through. Oh, we got the chariot, so I wonder. What's he doing? Alright, there we go. So, spawn him, trade those items, and we'll smack this guy down. He isn't really that tough. He does a weird move that like makes your gear pretty much useless. That could do some damage if you're a little under level, but alright, so we got 2 iron plates. Let's go. I'm good with that. And then we're gonna just move over here since that guy's he's gonna use them. He's gonna farm them. Stupid surveyor. This is why I don't like this area right here. These surveyors want to get some. Okay. Alright, so that will be the end of our farming run for now, just to showcase the first step. So you would do that over and over and over again until you get 50 of these items. Right now, I have 19. I'm way less than halfway there, so as you can see, it does take some time. What I typically do in between Link Shell events and other things like capacity point farming or leveling up a character or missions, I'll come over here, do a little bit of farming, and just take my time with it. My main jobs are Red Mage and Samurai, so it doesn't really bother me if it takes me longer to get these items. However, if you do want to be a Paladin, top-notch, top-gear Paladin, you will definitely want to try to spam this as quickly as possible to get that shield. So, with that said, that's going to end our video. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you liked the video, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to work my way up to 50 subscribers by the end of the year, so that gives me 3 more months from the point of this video to get there. Almost halfway there, so anything that you guys could do for that support would be great. By you subscribing and hitting that like button and turning on notifications, it tells me that you like the content and I could get more things out to you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.